जयपुर वाया कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
ಲಕ್ನೋ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವ ರೈಲು
Hyderabad Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন. कृपया ध्यान दियो.
Well, in the pre-match show, all we did is spoke about the superstars Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. But then a certain Bumrah came in and said, let me show you all who the boss is. He showed us who the boss is, got those 5 wickets, and then for the entire Cricbuzz office, our man Dinesh Karthik came and showed us who the young boss is. He's got 53 of 23. Bengaluru got 196 for 8. Faf getting 61, the much needed runs. We spoke about Faf coming back into form, and Bumrah 5 for 21 in his 4. Welcome back to Cricbuzz Live. I'm Saiyami. I have Harsha and a very happy Simon. So let's have a double applause. One for DK and what DK has done. And of course for a winner, Simon Doull.
I'm climbing back. I'm climbing out. I may be climbing out of Division 1.
You're going to
I'm
Division 1.
heading back towards the Premier League.
You know what I think? I think we should tweak our system such that if you get a bullseye, you get 1 extra point. If you come second, you get 2 extra points.
I wonder who's come second. It's clearly not me. It's clearly not me.
But Simon, your win has been tempered. It's got devalued a little bit because the moment you realize you're winning, Saiyami said, "Oh no."
No, it was just because I was wondering if GK won.
Yes.
The competition is with GK, but it's his birthday today, so it's okay. And DK gave him that gift. DK gave GK a gift because he's really finished it off well.
Brilliant.
We spoke about it in the pre-match.
Tell me, who's the best on form? Who's the best Indian finisher in the Tata IPL?
Simon, boarding pass time.
Wow.
No, I think he'll be the first person, DK, to admit that's not happening.
Yeah. Look, DK's right up there, isn't he? I mean, you think about Ashutosh, what he's done. I think about...
Swapnil Singh.
Yeah, Singh, maybe Shivam Dubey, those sorts of players that have got power through the middle, Rinku still. But DK's he just keeps doing it. He keeps doing it. And we talked about him pre-show. Just the fact that he still wants to finish on a high. He's still training the house down. He's still doing everything he possibly can to get these type of performances out of his body.
Dooley, we were travelling together during the test series. DK and I were travelling a lot together. And he was carrying a kit from time to time, or he'd say, no, I've left one kit in Mumbai, one kit in Chennai. Depending on the flights, he's going to that place so that someone's organising a ground. So he's renting a ground, he's renting bowlers so that he can go and bat during the test series. And
but we've seen him all through Cricbuzz as well, because I remember when he was here at Cricbuzz, he'd go and practice, get 4 hours of sleep, go and practice the next day, come back. And I also remember chatting with him. He, jokingly says, "Yaar, enough of talking. I want to go and play."
Yeah.
So you can see that urge of just wanting to go and play.
Yeah, and it's great. It's so good to see. And they needed him tonight desperately. They were in all sorts of trouble. I mean, Bumrah had everybody in trouble, really. I mean, Faf's innings was terrific. Patidar, a good performance. But they looked like they were stumbling. And they looked like they were stumbling to 170, which would have been way below par. Still think they probably feel they left a few out there. But it's going to be a tough chase from Mumbai's point of view. They've got to bat well to get there. And without that innings from DK at the back end, it could have been a chase of 175, 180, which would have seemed quite simple.
DK said if he hadn't been retained by RCB, he probably would not have played this year's IPL. And the guy who was hoping that would happen was Akash Madwal, because he toyed with him at the end. But what about that over where he got 4 boundaries to third man? One of them maybe was an edge, but he got 4 boundaries to third man with a man at 45 inside and a third man.
But how deep was he? Because it almost felt like he's going to touch the stumps at one particular one, which he went for the lap.
Which is what allowed him to hit that of Bumrah. It was an astonishing shot, the 6-over cover of Bumrah. He's so deep in his crease. Haven't we had an instance once in the IPL where a batter stood behind the stumps? I think we've had one example. There was one batter somewhere, either the IPL or somewhere, who stood behind the stumps.
Yeah, they were bowling across. It was a right-armer bowling across to a right-hander, and he basically was going so far out and back, almost behind the stumps.
How far are we from that happening on a regular basis?
Well, let's have a look at Bangalore's batting card because Faf, we spoke about him and needing to get runs. He got the runs, but the big show is just not putting on a show. 0 again. And Rajat Patidar, we spoke about him. He was very impressive, so that's a big positive for RCB.
Yeah, nice positive. I think that partnership was crucial in getting them back into the game. Look at Kohli, Jackson, Maxwell, all out really early. So that partnership was crucial in just rebuilding that innings and allowing DK to play the type of innings he did at the back end. But good from Faf. I was probably a little bit surprised they didn't give Will Jacks the best opportunity. And Faf's such an experienced campaigner, experienced player that I think he could still bat at 3. So whether that changes in the next game or not, I don't know. But I'd like to have seen them give Jacks the opportunity right at the top. And that probably would have had to be at the expense of Faf. But he's played really nicely today.
But again, reiterating what Simon was talking about, Cam Green should have been in. Maxwell just not looking like what Maxwell is.
In all fairness, we said it before, because it's very easy to say it after the event. But in all fairness, we were talking about it before. But I'll tell you, I can't take my eyes off Bumrah bowling, man. I cannot take my eyes off Bumrah bowling. Lomror comes in. I don't know whether he's going to take any further part. He got him full on the ankle. He was deceiving people with slower balls. I mean, is there a better bowler in world cricket at the moment?
Tough one.
He bowled 4 overs for 14 in one of the games. Today he's got 5 for 21. The only boundary he conceded, 1 in the first over, which was, I think, came off a full toss, and 1 right at the end. That's it. I mean, if he went into the auction, what would he get?
Oh,
maybe his manager should tell him to go in the mini auction.
It'd be moonbeams. No, he's a brilliant bowler. He's the best white ball bowler in the world. I don't have any doubt about that. As far as quick bowlers are concerned, he is comfortably the best. And he's come back bigger, stronger, and he's just nailing it almost every time. And it is a difficult job to do what he does, to bowl at the back end of the innings, and he very rarely gets met. And he was superb again.
I mean, Lomror comes in, he bowls a Yorker first up. Saurav comes in. Now, typically, if you've got a young Indian player who's come straight out of the smaller leagues into the IPL, you bowl fast and short at them. They haven't played it. I'm not saying they're deficient. They just haven't played enough of that ball. What does he do? He bowls short into the body, caught a short mid-wicket. He's a very cerebral person and just impeccable work ethic.
Well, he started with the wicket of the king. He's gotten him 5 times in the IPL, and then there's just no stopping him because he's somebody who is just so consistent, Simon. I was asking you about this in the green room, is how does he get that consistency with those Yorkers? He bowls them at will. He does exactly as he pleases.
It's a strange looking action for some, but it's quite an easy action to repeat time and time again. He's very metronomical as far as that's concerned because he knows his body so well. And when you've got everything is very almost rigid and braced, and I think he understands the action so well that probably it's easier for him to be that metronomical. When he wants to go to Yorker, he generally gets it right. Almost every time. So it might look awkward, and I think to some it does look awkward. To me, it looked very awkward when he first started. But when you understand the catapult nature of it, and I was
just going to bring. I think you might have demoed it once. Because of that movement.
Because of that movement, if he's in sync, it's probably quite an easy movement for him to feel like he can nail every time. So. He was brilliant to watch again. And, the deception, I think, is the key. Nailing the Yorkers, good quick bounces, slower balls that are brilliant as well. I thought the timing of bringing him into the attack, great option to try one over a spin from Nabi. So I think Hardik put him into the attack at the right time in the power play, key wicket up for grabs, and he delivered.
I want to just read this little stat that have been sent. Bumrah 4 overs, 21, 5 wickets. And the rest of the MI bowlers, 16 overs, 173 runs and 3 wickets.
What does that tell you about that surface? That there's one person who's conquered the surface, that most days 196 is a very good score in T20 cricket. But there's due.
Yes.
And 16 overs have gone for 170. There is no Bumrah in the opposition. So if they don't get early wickets, they'll probably be sitting in the dugout saying, we're a little under par.
Yeah.
Because at the toss, both the captains said that there will be the dew factor, and that's why they both
They're already
wanted to
wiping the
bowl
ball.
first.
We saw them wiping.
Yeah.
We saw them wiping the ball from the 14th over, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
We'll have a look at Mumbai's bowling card. We spoke about what Bumrah has done. But Harsha, if you look down, well, there's
One
really...
big bonus there. One big bonus. Shreyas Gopal, 4 overs, 1 for 32. Just look how they're struggling. Romario Shepherd is not a 4 overs bowler. 2 overs, 22. Hardik Pandya struggled. That 1 over was not Hardik Pandya. It was someone who looked like him. He's struggling. 1 over 13, Romario 2 overs 22, and they got 1 out of Nabi. If Shreyas Gopal had been taken down earlier, then they're starting to search for someone else to bowl that over. Who bowls that? They've got to bowl Nabi. I think Nabi is perfectly capable of bowling even to right-handers. But you take Bumrah out, that is a very vulnerable bowling lineup.
Yeah, Gopal's done well. I think his first over was a little bit more expensive as it went for double figures and then came back nicely. Picked up the wicket of Maxwell, which was a huge wicket at the time. Even though Maxwell has been out of form, it's still a big wicket at that time, and then just worked his way back into the innings nicely. So between he and Bumrah, they've kept things relatively quiet. Bumrah very quiet, but everyone else has gone the distance. So I agree with Harsha totally. It tells me one thing. You've got a genuine jet, a world-class bowler who's been able to do something in those conditions, but it's flat. It's a good batting surface. It's probably, in all honesty, closer to where Mumbai were the other night, in that 230 range, with the size of the boundaries, the damp nature of the outfield, and the pitch just sliding on nicely. It's probably more in that above 215, 220 range than it is a 190 surface. So Bengaluru are going to have to get everything absolutely spot on and put them under pressure early, and you just know that Rohit Sharma is going to come out all guns blazing.
The only chance they have is pick wickets early. Sky hasn't batted a lot. He's coming out. You can put people like Tilak Verma, youngsters, couple of innings without runs, put him under pressure a little bit. If you get Rohit, Ishan, they've got to get 2-3 wickets up front. Otherwise, you've got Tim David, Romario Shepherd, Hardik Pandya, Surya Kumar Yadav. It just doesn't stop. Nabi at number 8 doesn't stop.
But also for Bengaluru, there'll be a bowler shot because they got that impact. They got Saurav Win as well. We'll have a look at the playing 11. So that's going to be a major concern again. Simon, we know that Siraj has been extremely expensive. Reece Topley was good the other day, but this is a big concern for Bengaluru.
Yeah, four seamers, and then you've got Lomror with a little bit of left arm spin and Jackson Maxwell with a bit of right arm off spin. So I wonder whether they throw the dice, roll the dice, and use an off spinner up front. Will Jacks no issue bowling with a new ball. Maxwell has no issue bowling with a new ball. So I wonder if they throw the dice. If Ishan Kishan takes strike, try the off spinner for 1 over, much like Mumbai did. But I expect that Rohit will be running at the off spinner if he gets an opportunity. So, how do they go about the business?
I'd like to see if Lomror can bowl. I mean, if you get a Yorker at
maybe
that
you're
pace,
right about the
bang on the ankle.
Yeah. We don't know yet whether he'll even take the field after copying that one right on the boot.
Producer tells me it was Dishant Yagnik of Rajasthan Royals, who's now their fielding coach, their wicketkeeper fielding coach, who batted behind the stumps.
I want to ask both of you all, there was that little interesting no ball to DK.
Yeah.
What was your take on that? Was it not?
Well, my issue is that when you saw the end of it, you saw where DK was standing. Now, if he's batting at his crease on the line, then it was a no ball. I like the fact that we have got to the point now where they actually measure every batter, but they're measuring batters standing up. They're taking their hip height standing up, and then they need to superimpose them at the crease, rather than just take the batter who's there completely out of the way. If you've already taken his photo and you've got all the measurements of everybody's hip height, superimpose them at the batting crease and then show the trajectory. And you can draw a line across the hips and show the trajectory. Then there's no conjecture whatsoever.
Correct.
There's no argument, nothing to it. And it's a very simple thing to do. Once you've got a database of all the players, which is fairly easy to do in these types of tournaments.
But they did something like that, didn't they?
They showed
measured
that.
him at 1 meter, and this was 99 centimeters, I think. So it was a centimeter under the ball, according to their measurements.
I'm sorry, but it looked well above 1 meter.
It looked.
Yeah.
To be fair,
It did look,
to be fair,
which is
it did look above waist high.
Yeah.
But they measured it apparently at 99 centimeters. So there's a difference of a centimeter between where it should have been.
It's
To
a
the
tough
naked
one.
eye, to the
Yeah,
naked eye.
It's a tough one, but if that's the system they're going with, I have no issue with it. But the batter needs to be taken away from it completely and just superimpose him standing there in normal position. And then there just isn't any conjecture. And I think you get rid of any of the sort of the coaches or the support staff or anyone having an argument or players throwing their hands in there going, what's going on? You just take it all out of the equation.
Well, those have been calculated, and like you said, they have been structured. What is not is our guessing game. Can't be calculated, but we have someone who hits the bullseye.
You know, when you make 196, you get a good start. The asking rate goes up to 11 and a half very quickly. So I hope RCB are coming out from that point of view. I'm still saying about 56, 57 thereabouts.
Okay.
56.
I'll let you go because I'm kind of sick of winning.
You're just winning too
yesterday,
much.
Today,
I
bullseye yesterday, right one today to start.
Everyone's learning from
You know,
GK
Simon
very
was
well.
underplayed about this, but he's learning from
He's
GK.
learned from GK.
Well, it's
Pick
GK's
up.
birthday. I'm doing my best GK impression.
All right, so 56. You can't say 56, 7.
56.
56.
Say 57. Let's have fun.
Okay, fun. 57. That's the fun. Rohit, Ishan. 51.
I think she's giving you time to take a call.
51.
I'll go with 51. I wanted to go higher.
Okay.
No, wait. I'm going to go higher. The 51 of the winner rattled me. I'll go with 59.
Yeah, they've started with top lead.
59. I will go 68.
Ooh, that's a confident winner
It's
there.
68 for 1. They won it, I think.
They won it if it's 68.
I think they win it.
Okay.
Okay.
Simon said it with confidence. He's the winner. He's hit the bullseye. Let's see if he gets one more or if he hits one more bullseye. We'll find out. We'll update you all, of course, with the match, but also a prediction game at the 10 over point. So catch us at the Cricbuzz Combox. That's all for now.
कृपया लक्ष्य करें जयपुर वाया कोटा
कृपया ध्यान आपो अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವ ರೈಲು
Hyderabad Superfast Express পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दें।